You're right guys, I recently got my very first passport and I thought what better project to do than a passport holder. First I start by cutting some walnut to 5mm thick at the table saw. If you don't feel comfortable with this method, you can of course use a bandsaw or even do it by hand if you want to work out. My fingers look a lot closer than they actually are, and when it's safe to do so I always prefer to use my hands over a push stick or gripper because I have a lot more control. I take shallow passes each time and flip the walnut over until I've made it all the way through. To make the two pieces nice and smooth and the same thickness, I use the technique I showed in my last quick tip video. I'll leave a link to that in the description. I thought I would have a different colour for the sides, so I cut some 5mm pieces of paducah. They get glued into place to create a border around the passport. When the glue was dry, I could trim off the excess walnut. Using a hole saw in my drill, I create a hole that will make the design of the passport visible even when it's inside the holder. I cover some plywood with greaseproof paper, so when I fill the hole with clear resin it won't stick. This will create a simple window. I think this will be great for small picture frames, much easier than messing around with glass or even acrylic. To remove the bubbles I use a blowtorch. It pops the bubbles and helps bring them to the surface. I'll make sure not to hold it on the resin for too long though. With the resin set, I sanded it all flat. As you can see, it becomes frosted, so I go through the grits of the sandpaper up to 1200 grit. I would have liked to sand it to a higher grit, but 1200 was all that I had. Before gluing the front onto the holder, I need to spray finish the insides. Masking off the edges will help the glue stick later. Now the pieces can be glued together. With the glue dry, I cut out a finger pull space and then start shaping at the belt sander. I add a slight curve to the corners. Then I curve the sides to meet the paducah in the middle. This gives a much nicer look and feel to the holder. Some hand sanding makes it really smooth and nicer to the touch. Now for 3 coats of spray lacquer and the holder is done. So that's it then guys, I'm really pleased with how this has actually turned out with the resin window so you can see the passport inside. By all means play around with the design, come up with some ideas for yourself. I really hope you like this one. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I'm going to put some links up on the screen if you're interested. Over here I'll put a playlist of all my build videos so you can find them all in one place, and over here YouTube will put a most recommended video just for you, something that you should like that I've created. Don't forget to get subscribed as well. When you're subscribing, click the little bell icon next to it and get notifications. That way as soon as I upload a new video you'll be notified about it. Thank you all again for watching.